Hello, I'm Mattu Jummi and you're watching News Pulse on Hornbill TV. Now, headlines. On his maiden visit to Nagaland, Vice President of India M. Venkaiah Naidu today visited ICAR National Research Centre on Mithun Metsipima in Dimapur, held meeting with State Governor, Chief Minister and legislators. He also virtually inaugurated Directorate of IT and School Buildings and Minister's Residential Complex. The All India Congress Committee in charge of Nagaland, Dr. Kumar said Nagaland has been suppressed with the presence of multiple self-governments and that the people of Nagaland deserve better. Mizoram and Odisha have reported 1,302 and 582 fresh COVID-19 cases on Thursday, respectively. Among the new infections, 263 in Mizoram and 83 in Odisha were children. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday dedicated 35 pressure swing absorption oxygen plants established under PM CARES across 35 states and union territories at AIIMS Rishikesh. On his maiden visit to Nagaland, Vice President of India M. Venkaiah Naidu today visited ICAR National Research Centre on Mithun Metsipima in Dimapur. Speaking at the program, Naidu called upon the scientists to come out with innovative research to protect and conserve the rich bioresources and livestock of the northeastern region. Stating that northeastern India is an important biodiversity hotspot, the Vice President said scientific institutions should work for development of location-specific technologies which are sustainable, climate resilient and culturally in sync with the tribal cultures of the region. He said ICAR National Research Centre on Mithun, the only institute of its kind in the world solely dedicated to the conservation, propagation and development of Mithun, which is endemic to the northeastern states. The Vice President added that it is praiseworthy that the National Research Centre on Mithun has done excellent work in protection and preservation of this majestic animal. Mithun can become a symbol of India's period of unity in diversity. We should make every effort for conservation and preservation of such unique symbols that represent our rich culture heritage. Naidu also visited Central Instrumentation Facility Laboratory.
This ICAR National Research Center on Mithun, the only center in the entire world. So this is very important that way for the development of Mithun, which is endemic to the northeastern states of India. I'm happy to know that the institute has been playing a key role for the past 3 decades in the conservation, breeding, nutrition and health management of Mithun, which is also known as the cattle of Mount. It has also generated invaluable scientific data towards the understanding of this unique species. The northeastern region, friends, is one of the richest provinces of the world. Protecting, enriching northeast bioresources should be the top priority for the institute. I convey my best wishes to all the scientists and other technical people who are working here. Such institutes are very much required. That too, and it's an institute first of its kind in the world. It's the only center. We should focus more attention and come out with more research and information.
After the program, the Vice President had a closed-door meeting with State Governor, Chief Minister, Deputy CM and other ministers at Police Complex Tumketima. Later in the evening, the VP virtually inaugurated Directorate of IT Building Kohima, School Buildings in Nagaland and Minister's Residential Complex Kohima. The All India India Congress Committee in charge of Nagaland, Dr. Joy Kumar, said Nagaland has been suppressed with the presence of multiple self-governments and that the people of Nagaland deserve better. He said this during press briefing after the meeting with Nagaland Pradesh Committee today at the Congress Bhavan conference on October 6. Kumar said one of the most culturally diverse, amazing people of Nagaland has to suffer this continuous taxes and extortion from different groups. The Indian National Congress under the Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee and PCC under the leadership of K. Thire, we demand there should be one government, one law and one tax, said Kumar. Nagaland is suffering from multiple taxation and extortion happening in Nagaland.
That Nagaland has been suffering with the presence of multiple self-styled governments. The people of Nagaland deserve better. One of the most culturally rich, diverse, amazing people have to suffer this continuous threat and taxes and extortion from so many different groups. The Indian National Congress, the Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee under the leadership of Mr. Thire, we demand that there should be one government, one law and one tax. Right now, every person in Nagaland is suffering by multiple taxation and extortions happening in the primary job of the government is to implement one law and one tax. That is the basis of government. But the present Chief Minister and the whole assembly, because everybody is in one side, has done the biggest crime against the people of Nagaland and continues to do so. That is one.
Stating that the primary job of Nagaland is to implement one law and one tax on the basis of government, he accused that Rio government have committed the biggest crimes against the people of Nagaland. The present government has the dubious distinction of being the most corrupt, most bad government in India. This is Niti Aayog report, said Dr. Kumar. Dr. Kumar stated that the state with over 86% of literacy rate has to suffer because of the incompetent government in India. Nagaland, which has a diverse social, cultural history, is under threat by the government of India under Narendra Modi, he added. The PJP government does not believe in cultural, religious and social diversity, he alleged. The INC and Nagaland Congress will continue to fight, protest and educate the people of Nagaland, he said. Kumar urged the people of Nagaland recognize the fact which is right in front of it. Union Minister of State in the Ministry of Minority Affairs, John Barla, today visited Sadbhavna Mandap Tuibong Lanwa Model High School and PHSC construction at Keljang Sub Javana, Mandap Lamka South and SSA Residential School in Manipur. Speaking on the program, Barla observed that construction of schools, residential schools and others that are going on has been done smoothly. However, due to non-release of complete funds, it is yet to complete. He maintained that the schemes have not been utilized properly due to ignorance and that awareness needs to be given at the grassroots level so that minority group can avail facilities that have been given in the name of minority. He also assured that during his stay in the state, he will be meeting members from the Christian and Muslim communities, bishop and father, to spread awareness about the PM schemes which can be benefited. The minister also interacted with various community leaders.
इस पीएसए प्लांट का इनॉग्रेशन आज पूरा भारत के हर कोने में हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी 35 पीएसए प्लांट पीएम केयर फंड से आज पूरा देश के हर कोने में मोदी जी कर रहे हैं। हम मोदी जी का जो विजन और जिस प्रकार से बीते दिन हम गुजरे कोविड-19 से और हमारे बहन, डॉक्टर और पूरा मेडिकल स्टाफ, आप लोग ने अपना जान हथेली में लेके काम किए। सच में आप बहुत ग्रेट हैं।
Janata Dal leader KC Tyaiki on Tuesday said that various political parties are using Lakhimpur Kheri incident for the political gains. He further says that keeping the upcoming election in mind, various political parties are using the incident for their gains. He also said that instruction has been given for complete neutral investigation of the case and that the case has been registered against everyone who were involved, including the minister's son. Samyukta Kisan Morcha, an umbrella body of several farmers' union, alleged that Ashish Mishra Teni, son of Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Ajay Mishra Teni, arrived with 3 vehicles around the time that farmers were dispersing from the protests at the helipad and mowed down farmers and towards the end also attacked SKM leaders Tajendra Singh Virik directly by trying to run a vehicle over him. However, Ashish Mishra refuted SKM allegations and said he was not present at the spot where the incident occurred. MOS Teni also said his son was not present at the spot, adding miscreants mingled with protesting farmers and pelted the stones at the car, which led to the unfortunate incident. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday dedicated 35 pressure swing adsorption oxygen plants established under PM CARES across 35 states and union territories at AIIMS Rishikesh. Uttarakhand Governor Gurmeet Singh, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and Union Health Minister Manshukh Mandavia are present on the occasion. According to Prime Minister's office, with the inception of these 35 PSA oxygen plants, all districts of the country will now have commissioned PSA oxygen plants. Till now, a total of 1,224 PSA oxygen plants have been funded under PM CARES all across the country, out of which more than 1,100 plants have been commissioned, providing an output of over 1,750 MT oxygen per day. PMO said operations and maintenance of these plants have been ensured by training more than 7,000 personnel. They come with an embedded Internet of Things device for real-time monitoring of their functioning and performance through a consolidated web portal. Bharatiya Janata Party leader and Narendra Modi, currently the Prime Minister of India, on Thursday, October 7, 2021, completed 20 years as the head of the government. It was on October 7, 2001 that Modi had taken the oath as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. In a tweet this morning, the Prime Minister's office stated that PM Modi often describes himself as a Pradhan Sevak who is striving to take India on the path of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Top BJP leaders congratulated PM Modi for completing 20 years as the head of a government and lauded his leadership, crediting him for ushering in good governance and development. Home Minister Amit Shah said the journey of good governance and development that started on this day in 2001 when he took oath for the first time as Chief Minister has continued uninterrupted. BJP President JP Nadda said PM Modi pulled the country out of an atmosphere of disappointment and put it on the path to progress and becoming Vishwa Guru world leader. Nadda said the Prime Minister has worked like a karma yogi and infused people with self-confidence about making a new India. Mizoram and Odisha have reported 1,302 and 582 fresh COVID-19 cases on Thursday, respectively. Among the new infections, 263 in Mizoram and 83 in Odisha were children. The rate of infection of children and adolescents in the age group of 0 to 18 years now is 14.26% against the previous days 13.49% in Odisha, said an official. The percentage of infected children aged below 10 years in the total active COVID-19 cases has risen since March this year, official sources said earlier, adding that a larger number of cases among children are being reported from Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur and Kerala, among others. COVID-19 in children should not be of much concern if they are asymptomatic and do not have a severe infections, experts said, amid some states, including Mizoram and Kerala, reporting a rise in cases among those aged below 10 years. They, however, stress the need for preparing and ramping up arrangements for any eventuality, including more children requiring hospitalization. Mizoram now has 16,075 active cases, while 86,213 people have been cured of the disease thus far, including 1,226 on Wednesday. Following the approval of ZDS Cadila vaccine by the Drugs Controller General of India for emergency use, Dr. V.K. Paul, member of Health of Niti Aayog, on Thursday said that the vaccine will be administered through an applicator which will be used for the first time in India. Addressing a press conference in the national capital today, Paul said ZDS Cadila vaccine is not administered using a conventional syringe or a needle but through an applicator which will be used for the first time in the country. We are working on the trainers and its logistic issues. Speaking on the availability of the vaccine, Paul said preparations are underway to introduce the ZDS Cadila COVID vaccine under the National Vaccination Program. It is only a matter of a short period of time. The country's drugs regulator, DGCI, approved the ZDS Cadila vaccine for emergency use on August 20. According to sources, ZCoV-D, a needle-free coronavirus vaccine, is likely to be available by early October. As per the data released by credit rating agency ICAR, domestic air traffic witnessed a slim growth of 3% as it rose to 69 lakh in September 2021 compared to 67 lakh seen in August 2021. The data further indicated that on a year-on-year basis, air passenger traffic rise was 74% in September 2021 compared to the corresponding month of last year. Departures during September 2021 for all the airlines were at 61,000, while they were only 39,628 in September 2020, adding that it indicated coronavirus-related infections had come down considerably. Vice President and Sector Head of ICAR, Supriyo Banerjee, said that the average daily departures for September 2021 were 2,100, which were much higher than 1,321 daily departures seen in September 2020. Banerjee further noted that the average number of passengers per flight in September 2021 were 113, slightly down from 117 in August 2021. The recovery is being witnessed, he said, but at the same time the overall demand continues to be subdued, especially from the corporate traveller segment. Effective from June 1st, 2021, the Civil Aviation Ministry had cut down the permissible capacity to 50% of the pre-pandemic levels as there was a huge surge in cases due to rising second wave of the pandemic. The ministry from August 12, 2021 had raised this capacity to 72.5% and it has now been further raised to 85% effective from September 18, 2021 as the cases have shown a decline. The Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved the productivity-linked bonus PLB equivalent to 78 days wages for all eligible non-gazetted railways employees excluding RPF, RPSF personnel for the financial year 2020 to 2021. Addressing a cabinet briefing, the Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting Anurag Thakur said that the financial implication of payment of 78 days PLB to railway employees has been estimated to rupees 1,984.73 crore. In addition, the wages circle calculation ceiling prescribed for payment of PLB to the eligible non-gazetted railway employees is rupees 7,000 per month, he said. However, the maximum amount payable per eligible railway employee is rupees 17,951 for 78 days, he stated. Thakur further informed that about 11.56 lakh non-gazetted railway employees are likely to benefit from the scheme.
अति विषम आर्थिक परिस्थितियों के बावजूद भी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की नेतृत्व वाली कैबिनेट मीटिंग में यह निर्णय किया गया है कि इस साल भी 78 दिन की बोनस दिया जाएगा रेलवे के कर्मचारियों को और ये नॉन गैजेटेड एम्प्लॉयज़ के लिए होता है। 11,56,000 नॉन गैजेटेड एम्प्लॉयज़ इससे लाभान्वित होंगे और कुल मिलाकर 1,985 करोड़ रुपये इसके ऊपर व्यय होंगे। फॉर्मूले के आधार पर 72 दिन का बनता था, लेकिन उसके बावजूद माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने और कैबिनेट ने इस पर निर्णय लिया। इससे रेलवे के कर्मचारियों का मनोबल भी बढ़ेगा और आने वाले समय में रेलवे में और मुनाफा हो और अच्छी उसकी परफॉर्मेंस हो, उस दिशा में भी इसका लाभ मिलने वाला है।
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday, referring to the Lakhimpur Kheri incident, said that it is the job of the opposition to put pressure on the government that does not want to issue to come into the light. While addressing media persons here, Rahul Gandhi said the job of the opposition is to create pressure on the government and it is doing injustice with the farmers. The party had created a pressure during the Hadras incident and that is why action was taken, he said. The government does not want to issue to come into the light and this is why the opposition is creating pressure, he said. The Wayanad MP further said, it is the responsibility of the media to raise the issue, but when the opposition asks questions, raise the issue. The media say that the party is doing politics. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.